This morning on Today's Money, falling mortgage interest rates. In a big surprise, they're at a 50-year low, so is it time for you to refinance or buy a new home? Today's financial editor, Chatzky, has some important advice. Jean, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let's take a look at the numbers right now. Mortgage rate on a 30-year fixed-rate loan is 4.84%, 4.24% on a 15-year loan, and industry experts believe the numbers could go even lower.
They could potentially go to about 4.5 this summer, but you don't necessarily want to wait for that. If this makes sense for you right now, you probably want to jump in.
What happened to conventional wisdom that the numbers were going to go higher?
We were all surprised by this, and what's happening is Europe and the mess in Europe. Investors are looking for safe places to put their money. They're putting them in U.S. Treasuries. That's taking mortgage rates lower. So the risk in waiting is that should the mess in Europe are up faster than anticipated, this could turn around in under a month.
So act fast. Let's talk about refinancing. Nearly half of all borrowers with a 30-year 7% or higher. So take us through the numbers if we were to refinance.
Okay, on a $300,000 loan, that translates into a monthly payment without interest and without insurance and taxes of about $1,750 a month.
Right.
At the new rate, 4.875%, you're going to save $176 a month. Over the life of a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, that's $63,000 in interest alone. That is a huge amount of money. And essentially, every 1% drop in the interest rate on mortgage translates into about a 10% reduction on the price of a home equivalency.
Is this a good time to buy a house with these lower interest rates?
If you were looking to buy a house already, this is not an excuse to get in and buy a house that you couldn't necessarily afford. And we have to remind people that everybody got into so much trouble by biting off more than they could chew during the housing bubble. You not only have to look at the mortgage payment, you have to look at what it's going to cost you to live in that house. But if you were on the bubble and you can now get in because of the rates, sure, why not?
And should you, I anticipate the answer to this, be waiting for the rates to go lower? Probably not.
I wouldn't necessarily, although you can look for something called a float down, which is you pay a couple $100, and if rates do go lower before you close on your loan, you actually capture that additional savings.
And what about adjustable rate mortgages? They have moved way to 3.96%, which sounds great, but is it a good investment?
It can be. If you are, that's on a 5/1 adjustable. So for somebody who is planning to be in that house 5 years and then retire and move, could be a very, very good thing to do. And again, you'll save another $150, $170 on the monthly payment.
All right, some good news for a change. Jean Chatzky, thank you so much.
Sure.
And coming up, a glass